Not feeling talkative, are we? Know that I will be watching.
Captain, what say? You look a little blue about the gills. You have questions? Ikera, I have answers. The Kahanga are my tribe, but my people settled on Atua, an island too modest to deserve the attention of maps. My mortal mother tans boar hides. My father trades in the abundance of pearls and opals Atua is blessed to provide. When I was born, Father called me his blue topaz boy. Doubtless, I say. But I am the most precious gem of recent history. Godlike are revered as bringers of local change, but only Ngati's chosen is thought to deliver an omen for all Huana at once. Ikera, high winds stirred the vigor of the seas. 2 huts collapsed before our local storm speaker could shout down the weather. They say the skies only cleared when I fell into the midwife's basket. Peace had returned to the island, or so the Mataru predicted. Oh, I could not be kept from the water, so my father taught me how to dive for pearls and azada snails. Ngati filled my palms with riches on every harvest, I say. When I came of an age to begin a man's pursuits, the Mataru reached out to the Kahanga Queen. Weighing my arrival against the forces that descended on her territory, the Queen could not invite Ngati's chosen into the Water Shapers Guild fast enough. In hard times, the endorsement of a goddess is more valuable than currency. Ikera, speak on. Between the crown and the guild, Nekataka has high hopes for Ngati's chosen son, I say. If Ngati had not blessed me, I say the goddess touched me for more than enriching one tribe, glorifying one island. Ikera, yes. I say there is me, Takehu, and there is the Takehu others would make like a coconut husk doll. The more I try to be the Takehu I know I am, the harder I am constrained. What say? But it is the adoring people who made Takehu the savior of the tribes. Many think that I have a duty to the Huana. I say I am the only one unconvinced. Ikera, just so. I know how I seem. We did not have this word, conceded, before Adirans landed on the Isles. If Ngati had not touched me, I wonder if anyone would care.
Poor boy. He has it backward, as usual. I did not choose him so that he could do great things. I chose him because talent should be fostered toward any end. How fortunate that you are here to set him on the right path. I know you won't disappoint.
Apologies. I say I'd never miss an opportunity to talk about myself. You have questions? Ikera, I have answers. Ngati spoke to you. To leave her son guessing. Oh, this is my tricksome mother through and through. What mother doesn't? You must be special indeed for Ngati to speak with words. For her people, she lays out cryptic stepping stones hidden in omens. Kara, but send her my fondest wishes. Ah, the art of our ancestors, I say. To bend water to our will is a gift from Mother Ngati to her chosen people. Since devastation swept our way of life out to sea, too much of the art has been lost. Periki, founder of the guild, organized the lore of Ngati's talent into a series of postures and meditations we call the 4 forms of water shaping. Try as we might to embody Ngati's element, our bodies are not water. Ikera, this is the form of grief, a beginner's test. The body's internal water is a force that conquers all. Even the mountain will bow to the stream. The form of hope, I say. Water commands its vessel, and the vessel can be shaped as surely as the mountain. The form of metamorphosis, Ikera? The art is a challenge to grasp, difficult to master, and impossible to perfect. Unless you are Ngati's chosen, I say. Ah, it is only by force of habit that I omit the final form. We do not speak of it in the guild. The form of transcendence. Only a story, I say. Even crafty Periki could not commit this ancient form to her scrolls. It was said that our ancestors could shape the very oceans of the Deadfire. This was Ngati's true gift, but we have yet to recover it from the ruins of our past. Try as we might to embody Ngati's element, our bodies are not water. Ikera, this is the form of grief, a beginner's test. The body's internal water is a force that conquers all. Even the mountain will bow to the stream. The form of hope, I say. Water commands its vessel, and the vessel can be shaped as surely as the mountain. The form of metamorphosis, Ikera? The art is a challenge to grasp, difficult to master, and impossible to perfect. Unless you are Ngati's chosen, I say.
I got this.
I'm sure I have the perfect gemstone to match your eyes. Take a look.
Yeah? Leave it to me. Right here.
Hunter or prey? So, it will be you, then. You do not know what I talk of, Akira? Then I owe you an apology. I have collected many foes over the years. Some of them would sprint up the mountain to see me pushed through the jaws of the great eel. Akira, I have had much practice. As Nungata Whale Splitter, I cleared the jungles and seas alike of slippery creatures. I earned my foes later, when I hunted a deadlier prey. Akira, often. I was a bounty hunter. It's been years since I tossed a harpoon, so now I stay abreast of what bounties need filling. That's Mataru retirement for you. Interested in taking up the trade, are we? They say you do good work for Aboko and Okauro. No reason you won't do the same for me. I warn you that I deal in the heads of the exceptionally dangerous. A lady needs standards, after all. Enjoy a challenge, do we? Mark of a good hunter, I say. Let's cut your teeth on clever Bena, infamous dwarf mystic of the obscure. A scavenger, I say. Picks off those who trust her for an evening, and then pockets their coin when she's bled them out. Bena was seen traveling on an island due southwest of Osongo.
Do you seek companionship on your travels across the Deadfire? Why not take a little friend along? We have many animals on offer, all well-trained and eager for a new home. Akira, you are sure to find one that suits you.
Shouldering this much gear is bad for my posture. Shouldering this much gear is bad for my posture.
Barati pays coin
You
to feed the
songwriters
great eel.
need a guild if you hope to learn discipline.
Not so. We speak in the tongue of Ngati and Amira. Your pretty dances may upset the puddle, but we command the wind and sky.
Hey,
He
I have
smells
missed
one
our little
touched by the
talks.
great eel, does Barati. You are a man who sits across a fire with death, Akira. For glutting mighty Tangaloa and hurling foes into their next life, Barati can offer payment. Coins for feeding hungry gods, Akira. Rewarding those who appease the great eel. This is Barati's cause. May the beasts of the dreaming lands never know famine. Tangaloa rolls a hungry eye toward Dichila, a Valian captain who scouts for luminous Adra in sacred lands. Akira, Tangaloa knew it would be so. Dichila sails her Voyager Alicio around the waters south of Nikitaka. The great eel hungers for her soul.
Akira.
This, I got it.
You must gather your party before.
While I am flattered by the esteemed Hazanui's confidence, I must wonder how my people are meant to have destroyed an entire colony overnight.
You tell us. It's no coincidence that your outpost at Port Mage survived the recent storm.
You speak as if I could command the tides. While you are casting your blame in a wide net, why not look to our Kahanga allies? We do not share their talent for shaping water.
I say our guest forgets himself.
Brother, stand down. You are the one who mistakes my throne room for a sparring arena. I say this is beneath us. An interesting visitor in difficult times. You cannot be here to deliver a favorable omen. The gods remember the honest, and so do I. Allow me to apologize as I toss you before the wolves. This one is a watcher blessed by Tangaloa. I suspect that many of our questions about Hasongo will soon be answered.
Uck, I know this one. His parlor tricks frightened 10 years of every sailor in Queen's Birth.
We assembled to discuss the darkening of Hasongo, one of Rawatai's colonies. Watcher, it seems you have the floor.
Huh. What sailor's tale is this?
Have you not heard the rumors, Karu? An Adra Colossus marching across the sea. Sailor tales, but credible ones.
Cantanichese. I'm acquainted with the Watcher of Cadnua from my assignments in Defiance Bay and Twin Elms.
Diverus? It explains the colorful nature of your reports.
I have seen things with him that are not even told in the most outlandish of sailors' tales.
And I'm supposed to take 2 Valians at their word?
How came a Watcher from half the world away to be involved in these happenings? Enlighten the court. The Lady of Doors must have great confidence in you. Tracking down a god who stands as tall as a mountain, a fisherman with poor eyesight could do this. My priests will trip over their feet to interpret his divine plan. Watcher, can you cut through the din and tell for what he comes to the Deadfire? I believe our course is clear. We will send the Watcher to Hasongo. Set sail to the west of Nekataka. I would tell you to keep a weather eye out for a lighthouse, but the God of Light did not appreciate competition. Something to add, Hazanui? You have an eager look about you. She believes herself entitled to my ear, I say.
Only that Rawatai stands ready to aid the Watcher. If he's going back into the wilds, he can't bring too much firepower.
Ma'am?
Maya's an expert sailor and a better sharpshooter. The best the Brass Citadel has to offer. Whatever comes your way, she'll see it first.
If it gets me and Ashiza out of diplomat duty, we'd set sail with a drunk scolder at the helm.
Ak, perfecto. Do you mean to stop Eothas by shooting him? Pelagina, I place my trust in you. Go with the Watcher, show him how the Republic's handled things.
Ah, Your Excellency. Hamed Kongswalias.
That will be enough parading of champions for now. I'm certain that our guest knows how to assemble a crew. Akira, if you can stand the chattering of unlike minds on your ship, that is your prerogative.
Oh, good thing I'm already accustomed to cramped quarters and temperamental birds.
We both have our orders. I have no interest in interfering with you as long as you do not interfere with me.
I believe we are finished here. Aruihi? Aren't we popular? Best of luck in your travels, Watcher. I think you'll find our troubles a good deal more complex than a blundering god. And take care with your trading company spies.
I say it is beyond time our guests lick their wounds somewhere else. Let's speak. while we have the chance.
Ah.
Of course. Tell me, here we are again, Watcher. I thought we had seen the last of each other after the Hollowborn crisis. I must admit, accompanying you to Twin Elms worked out well for both of us. Belfetto. You only have to ask. Que? Menea was a good companion and a skilled warrior, but her imagination got the better of her. It appears to have gotten the better of you as well. After we parted ways, I returned to the Republics and reported to the Duke's Bells. The trade agreement we brokered with the Anamenfath was quite lucrative for the Republics. The Deerwood was still recovering from Waidwin's legacy and was in no position to compete. The Duke's Bells was so pleased with my performance that I was made the personal guard of the Duquess Spirento. Spirento is the most beautiful of all the Republics, and though I should not admit this, I cherish the Duquess above all other Duke's Bells. Still, our profit came at the expense of the Deerwood. The fruit of victory was not so sweet knowing that the Deerwood suffered because of my actions. Whatever they are up to cannot be good for any of us. At their best, the gods are powerful children. At worst, they are little more than mad beasts taking out their anger on our world. I have little interest in distinguishing which type Eothas is. Where I am assigned is of no concern to me, but I do think the Deadfire can be profitable for the Republics. If the Dukes need me here, I am glad to serve them. Good. I have no concerns, Watcher.
Yeah? Yeah, be right there. Yeah?
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Now, what can I do for you? You see anything you like?
Right here.
Questions, Captain?
I should come clean about something, Captain. Atsura didn't set me loose just so I could stay busy. Fact of the matter is, he gave me a job to do. I've got this stack of missives I need to deliver. Noble errand, right? The company has a lot of people working away from headquarters, and Atsura trusted me to get these in the right hands. I hope that isn't a problem. Watch out, Ishi. We've got a charmer on our hands. That's the thing about Atsura. He keeps so many irons in the fire at once that everything seems like a high priority. Appreciate it, Captain. You'd be doing Atsura and the company a big favor. This one's bound for Harama, and acquaintance. Good sailor. He's somewhere off in Tikawara. And these are for Tuaha, an old friend stationed in Port Mage. You meet some strange types in the Navy. I've got some answers. Sure am. And I heard that you two spent some time together. Funny how the gods toss things together. Kana came back from the Deerwood with a head full of ideas about Rauatai's expansion. Getting out from under the academics suited him. I never knew he could be so political. More than his sister ever could be. You clearly had some sway on his opinions, more than I ever did. Wish you had told Kana to give up on the poetry. He's got no ear for it. If you want to hear a voice like a powder keg belting out Rauataian anthems while you're running at a dragon, be my guest. Some of us find it distracting. I do with bullets what Kana did with words. Just in case you were wondering, the comparison ends there. Well, my parents came from the Deadfire. I'm getting a taste of my roots. After they emigrated to Rauatai, their talents caught the Ranganui's eye. He saw them as this spectacle, this achievement of the old country, I guess. So they were honored guests. Not many Huana rose to distinction in Takoa. We were also curiosities. Even as we broke the same bread and tossed back the same wine, the Ranganui's friends always checked under the table to see if I had a tail. Kana thought it was hilarious. You're telling me. Growing up in the Ranganui's shadow wasn't all bad. We had tutors and advisors at our disposal, and lots of folk from stranger parts than these. I spent my days learning to shoot, while my more academic siblings learned to express themselves. I leave you to judge who spent their time better. I won a shooting competition at the Ranganui's estate. This was a few years before enlisting with the Navy. As a reward, he gave me the freedom of the Royal Eyrie and said I could take my pick of the warbirds. Stinkfeathers here kicked a rather pretty hawk off my arm so he could have me all to himself. Been inseparable ever since. Uh-oh. That's his "I'm hungry and you're wasting my time" face. Better step back, Captain.
Yeah? Leave it to me.
And that's how it's done.
You were saying? Your orders?
What say, hunter? I miss traveling across the archipelago, answering to no one but my empty belly and purse. But this is a younger woman's game. Better...
You were saying?
The belly of the great eel roars with hunger. With joy, not hunger, does the great eel lash its mighty tail. The jaws of Tangaloa gnash about a Rawatine captain named Ohiro. His cannon fire echoes in the ears of slumbering gods. The beat Akira, you
Speak, aye aye.
You must gather your party before venturing.
Afraid not.
Hello there! Come to have a word? I don't bite, I promise. Yes? Gladly, my friend, gladly, and how kind of you to ask. I am the youngest son of a noble house. Now, don't make that face. Poor, desperate fool, you must be thinking. Well, waste not your sympathies on me. Truly, I consider it a boon rather than a punishment. All the comfort and none of the responsibility. What's not to like about that? As I was loafing about my father's estate, I thought, well, Gervard, isn't it time you made a name for yourself as well? So here I am, and though I dare say I'm little use in a fistfight, I can do a fair bit of magic and draw a lovely map, so I've taken to charting the interior wilderness of the Deadfire's larger islands. But truly, if I could only inspire others as I myself have been inspired by those old tales, why, it would be marvelous. Anyway, enough of my prattling. Surely you've other things to do. Oh, it would be my absolute pleasure. For a price, of course. 3,000 copper? Very well.
I'm listening to
So if things had played out different, you might have grown up here.
True. Good thing my parents had the sense to leave.
And you'd be worrying about what the trading companies were doing, setting up down here.
No offense, but I try not to live with a bunch of ifs trailing in my wake.
Yeah, I got this.
You think the hole was already here, or they dug it after they thought up the name?
Need something? What you need? Sure, sure. Let me know if you...
As you say, Captain.
Be right there.
You are too
Hey there.
kind, one.
Sure.